Do I tell my loved one that we're moving him or her, into a memory care unit? I don't know the answer to this. I can share with you experiences. I can share with you a little bit of insight and advice, but ultimately the decision is on you. And you have to base that decision on several factors. You have to really sit down and understand what is the level of dementia that this person has. What are other conversations that we've had that they have become upset about, or it's increased their level of anxiety, it's added additional stress? How do I think they're going to accept this? Have I talked to the physician about really where are they in their disease process? Is this something they can even rationalize anymore or not? I would say that, we talked a little bit earlier about there are some cases and some instances, but they're usually pretty rare where the person diagnosed can take part in that decision-making process. Usually my experience has shown me that that's not usually the case. Sometimes it's not best just to tell it like it is. You cannot argue and convince that person, you need this help, you need this assistance, you can't live home alone anymore, this is what we're going to do. That is really a tough decision, though, and I think that's probably the biggest one that most family members really struggle with in this process. I would say to you, though, that in today's day and age, we have the world at our fingertips. With the internet and the World Wide Web, we can go online and we can look up topics and we can do research, and that's why it's important to understand what type of dementia does that person have as well. And that just empowers you a little bit more so that you can start making informed decisions and really start planning this process. I will tell you that over the years I've seen different techniques used when it comes to the actual transition decision and what the individual with dementia, what they're told. I have seen where a family member has told a loved one, we're going out to lunch. They happen to go to the facility for lunch, and that's that. I have seen where family members identify to the loved one, your doctor wants you here for a little while so we can start monitoring changes in your medication, or perhaps that individual with dementia, depending on what stage they're in and what other disease processes they have, they may be really focused in on another condition that they have. So I've seen family members where they've identified to the loved one, the doctor wants you here for a little while to monitor your medications for your X, syndrome or whatever. I've seen good results with that one if the person with dementia has a good relationship and a good trust into their doctor. I've actually seen very good results with that one. I've seen family members tell loved ones as well, we're doing remodeling at the house, or we're doing this at the house and you need to be out for a while. I've seen numerous little white lies, if you will, being told. I've also seen sometimes where it's just not telling the truth, it's just omitting the truth, and family members just continue to divert the conversation and redirect it, and waiting for, after that move-in, that individual to become accustomed to their surroundings and eventually just settle in. And believe it or not, as I said earlier, 250-plus admissions that I've witnessed personally, 95% of those over a period of time adjust very well. And the questions don't come out anymore, and the anger and the anxiety and the stress is not there anymore. And while this disease is devastating and it's heartbreaking, and I know that, there's some sense that, well, the disease also allows them to forget and stop questioning and settle in and accept what their new home and their new lifestyle has become, and they're quite content in it. So it's really a difficult balancing act, but as I said earlier, I don't have the answer if you were searching for, do I tell them or not? I think this is an individual decision. It's one that you really have to look at and really dissect and investigate and do your research and talk to other family members, talk to the physician, talk to the facility. But regardless of what you do, whatever that decision is, whatever you are telling this loved one, make sure that everybody knows. Everybody's got to be on the same page. Everybody's got to be, singing the same tune on this one. So that is what I will tell you that is very important.